And now we return to the continuing adventures of the witches from Side 3. Or Noisy Fairy, I guess. It's more Battle Operation Code Fairy. It's still gonna be just the kind of usual amount of progress based on the last stream, where it'll just be like 3 chapters, more than likely. Yeah, so where we left off, we cleared the first 3, with the last mission being Trick or Treat Tactics, very appropriately named considering we're in the middle of October. Had a very close encounter with a really angry Federation pilot who just wants us all to die. And now we've got the second in command here, basically in charge, as Commander Killy is out on assignment. Yeah, there's still gonna be the usual girls' dorm antics going on here, even though the end to this war is looming overhead. Let's get started. Everything's running smoothly. Damn it, Alma. Oh man. Like I said last time, like she's just so horribly misplaced, like Barbara. Like, trying to treat this more so like a proper military operation when everyone here at Turnanog is just way more relaxed. Yeah, but she'll come around. She gets less of a stick up her ass as the story goes on. This opening's still good. And thinking about it some, actually, with the fact that I'm only showing like so few chapters at a time whenever I stream this, but how it'll probably like end up going, like I probably should spend at least like one part of this playthrough or two kind of showing off some of like the side things in this game, like the simulator, just to, you know, just to highlight a bit more the fact that this game is like directly working off of the systems and engine of a multiplayer game, and that even though I don't have it set up to do so because I don't really care, like this game actually has like some like content connectivity between Battle Operation 2 and this. Like you can link like the 2 games together like on your same account. And doing so, like, you'll, like, get, depending on what you accomplish in Code Fairy, you'll unlock rewards in Battle Operation 2, and vice versa if you meet certain goals and requirements in GBO2, you'll like get some special unlocks in Code Fairy. But again, like I don't really care to get those. Like I'm not looking to put any time into the actual multiplayer side of things.
私は政治をやっている。志半ばで散っていった仲間たちはそんな私を笑うだろうか。
These are gonna jump us straight into the training next. Oh no, nope, we're still getting a lecture from the from the instructor from hell.
黙ってろ。これは嵐だ。去らない嵐はない。足がしびれて。軍人たる者、軍旗にのっとり、常に模範となるような態度で日々の任務に臨むことが当然なのだ。ギャレット少佐はその点少々緩い部分もあったかもしれんが、私は違う。そこのところを頭に入れておけ。
Lady, have you been paying attention to how things have been going since September?
ヘレナ・ヘーゲル総長。はい。君は思ったことを口にせず控えようとする癖がある。
That's though what she is getting at. Like some of her points are actually pretty valid and do contribute to our three characters improving over time as soldiers and as a team.
はい。ミア・ブリンクマン技術少尉。はいです。君は未だ最年少であるという遠慮と慢心がある。君の階級、立場を忘れるな。年齢など関係ない。
And almost still struggling the most just through all of this.
イルメラ・グルーバー軍曹。え、私も？整備室にこっそり酒を持ち込んでいるのはバレているからな。
Damn.
少しくらいは我慢しろ。本国にいる娘さんが心配するぞ。
それを言われると。
最後にアルマシティルナ少尉。返事ははいだろう。君の戦場での働きは大したものだ。だからこそ過信はするな。ギャレット少佐が何を思って君を引き抜いたのか私は知らされていない。だが何かを君の中に見出したのだと信じている。それを決して見失わないでくれ。はい。我々ノイジーフェアリーに与えられた任務はキャリフォルニアベースを守り抜き連邦に勝利してジオン公国独立の悲願を達成することにある。というわけで何をするにもまずは体力。え、まさか。
The regiments, they never end.
毎週100周。だから100周は無理ですって。
Fortunately, we do not have to play the actual part of running 100 laps. We just have to get into our Zakus and do some more training in combat. Which this is actually going to, based on what's been demonstrated on the tips on screen, this is now getting into some of the more bit more of the Code Fairy specific mechanic additions to the battle operation systems, which is what I think is actually, I think this is the glue that kind of helps better justify this system being used in a single player context than a multiplayer, even if it still kind of has like the really harsh limitations that come from it being built around PvP. And that is, you can mark targets for your allies to focus their priority on. Which ties into another feature, which is all about like setting up like chain staggers. You know, essentially like a combo. I actually described this kind of about near the end of last stream as well, actually. Just because I was kind of remarking how, like, the pace at which they dole out these mechanics and how I wish that they would just let you have access to, like, the target link and chain combo stuff from the beginning. But just explain what it is in detail later. There it is. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, so it's as simple as that. Like, the thing that the game has always actually been showing, rather, is that, like, whenever you're looking at, like, an enemy target, you see their health bar at all time, obviously, but you will also see, like, a very thin, like, section of, like, your allies' portraits. Why is Helena just standing there? I don't fucking get it. But like, those are actually indicators that let you know that, okay, your allies are actually targeting and engaging in that target. They'll be more flexible with who they target kind of naturally if you don't do the target link. But, like, marking the target will obviously guarantee that that's what they will prioritize first and foremost. I do kind of wish there was a way to get a bit more nuance with it so that you could, like, mark specific targets to be engaged by specific allies instead of just all of them, but I mean, the control inputs you have are already so robust anyway. It's like, what can you do? But now, here's the cool shit. This is actually, like, the way that this is set up for the AI to handle it. It's like, this is technically something you can do in the multiplayer game. Like, it is built around this, but you have actual in-game feedback to tell you that this is what you're doing and that you should keep doing it. Yeah, a chain occurs when a staggered enemy is further staggered by an ally unit. So you gotta keep staggering enemies between you and your allies to continue the chain. Damage dealt per attack increases with longer chains. That, I believe, is... I forget if that part of it is still the same in the multiplayer, or if that was just the bonus, again, applied to Go Fairy. But, like, they highlight this as an important mechanic because they set up certain conditions and parameters in your allies' AI to make this, like, a possibility. So what? And the important thing is that it has to alternate. Like, you cannot, like, I don't think it's technically possible, or maybe it is to do it where you alternate between just two. The idea is that you essentially go, like, in a triangle formation. So watch what I do here. I'll attack first, and Mia will hopefully follow suit. Or Helena. Okay. Well, that was a bit weird, so, let's just try and get... Can be a bit difficult, but let's just try this. Okay, Helena, you were slacking on that. Like, come on. Let's just try this again. Helena, why the fuck are you not shooting? Oh my god. Like this works generally a lot better in actual missions. I swear to god. The problem... There we go. Okay. Helena was just, like, not wanting to shoot her because she just wasn't in the best position. Yeah, it works a lot more naturally and better, as you would expect, when it's in a mission rather than something the game is expecting you to execute in a very specific manner. And yeah, like, the target link is, like, an important thing to, like, combine with it, because, like, if they're marked beforehand, then that just makes it easier for like for your allies to quickly realize, okay, this is an opportunity for a chain combo. Let me throw in an attack. But yeah, actually, yeah, it's like the idea is that the chain cannot be done with like just one person because you always have that cooldown on attacks. You know, that, you know, cooldowns that are like separate from like the actual reload animations. It is definitely the sort of thing where when I got to this point and I saw like that like set of mechanics in place is when the gameplay of this started to click a lot more. It doesn't really absolve like the issues of like when the momentum is on the enemy side, it feels super frustrating. But when the momentum's on your side and you're utilizing all the chain combos and shit like that, it genuinely feels awesome. Yeah, nothing bad will ever happen in Odessa. Especially anything that would involve like a white devil. Yeah. All right, straight into the mission briefing. I like that detail. I like that detail that they positioned the laptop where Killy would normally sit. Just have it like positioned like she's still there in person. Yep. And like the marking where bombardments are coming, that is an actual mechanic. You will be seeing large red circles showing up on the radar. Yeah, and I don't think I need to mess around with the pilot skills or modifying like the mobile suits. I think I got them set up pretty much how I like. Yeah, let's go straight into it. So far, everything still seems to be running smoothly. On like the stream side of things. It's still always reassuring to see.
いだが温存戦力の引き出しは成功と言えるな。でも戦力を削らなきゃ意味ないですよね。弾薬を消費させるだけでもいいんだ。深入りはするな。距離を保って時間を稼げ。
Alright, that works. Right. Let's go. Rock, paper, scissors. I love that that's literally what they use to describe, like, the whole, like, balance between, like, the 3 mobile suit types. Rock, paper, scissors, weapon triangle, like, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, most aren't used to it for now. Alright, let's go! Yeah, you can see the faint orange circle on the radar. That is where, like, the bombardment from artillery is expected to show. Oh. Yeah! Oh, I actually landed that properly. Fuck yeah! Woo! Pretty ballsy. You can stay down there, asshole. Yep. Yeah, now this is where it starts to get fun, because you're getting more of, like, the actual chain actions naturally. Oh, come on! No! There we go. Ooh. Oh, I think that one dude is still actually down below the bridge. Or there might be a new one, actually. Shit. Hold on. And head Vulcans for you, asshole. Oh, yeah, the other one is still... Ah, damn it. It completely missed. Get. Yeah. Yeah, this mission's really fun. Like, it's just sending GMs to the slaughter. Yeah, look at all that damage that comes about. That is awesome. Let's take this, not too much damage taken, actually, on our end, all things considered. Hmm.
敵の支援砲撃は一気に激化する。各機気をつけろ。ビッグトレイからの砲撃予測地点をレーダーに表示します。
Oh, here it comes. Get out of the way. Nice. Yeah, just keep this going. Yeah, shotgun to the back. Oh, fuck. Ah, damn it. Ah, crap. Nice. Yeah, just get out of the circle as much as you can. The especially tricky part about it, though, is the fact that, you know, like, its position will update a couple of times before it actually proceeds to fire. Got him! Big tray, the most useless thing. Yeah, I mean, it's not... Yeah, I guess it's useless when, like, it's not hitting anything, which, I mean, to be fair, I was able to avoid most of it, so the useless tag still applies. Now, I wonder if this will, like, change, like, my rank outcome. Oh, it actually did! Finally got, like, an S rank on this mission. Like, my previous one was an A. That's nice. Oh, and Mia leveled up. Not that it matters much at this point, really, because I'd already gotten all these characters leveled up quite a bit. I genuinely don't know, like, if there's, like, a level... Oh, yeah, right. There's, like, all these different, Oh, wait, that's actually something I need to show at, like, some point is, like, the gallery mode for this game, and just all the shit that you unlock for meeting different conditions throughout playing the game. Like, be it, like, S ranks, meeting the sub-objectives, even beating them on different difficulties provides different rewards. Like, if you play this game entirely on easy, you don't get any of the bonus objectives or things like that, so you don't get those unlocks. But what you do unlock from playing on easy, actually, is sound test. You basically unlock pieces of, like, music from the game that you can just play in a sound test mode. Whoa. Aw, shit, we got beam weapons here. Betties are stepping up. I mean, wasn't that kind of the initial plan? Like, just retreating and not really caring, like, how the rest of our allies fare, but, whatever. Vector dashing, learn the concept of it. Oh, and, Mia is kind of, I think, out of commission for, like, this half of the chapter, so it's just me and Helena. Okay. Take the control point. Right. Totally not because she's just a big nerd about mobile suits. Ah, damn it, missed. Oh, shit. Got him. Yeah. Seriously, like everything about like pulling off chains feels so good in this. I think part of what helps is like the little sound effect that comes every time you start stacking hits. That part's great every time. Ooh. Alright, let's take this out. Ah, shit. Got him. Okay, that target's pretty important. Got a fucking beam sniper. Oh, damn. Oh, yeah. Nice. Take the next control point. Or beacon, I guess, whatever. They're all control points for me. It's the same fucking mechanic. Ah! Crap. Ah, fuck. Getting knocked down is always the worst feeling in battle operation. Bar none. Ah, shit. Yeah! Okay, that was pretty good, not gonna lie. Come on. Get down there from your perch and fight me, asshole. Knockdown really seems to slow the whole action. Yeah. I mean, like, everything a lot about this, I mean, again, because of it being a system from, like, a multiplayer game, I kind of see, like, the point of, like, why a lot of this is the way that it is. You know, like, you're trying to have things in place so that the action isn't always so one-sided in a way where it's just, like, the most skilled player can just keep, like, a one-touch-of-death combo going. Hey, Arian. You arrived in time for some more Gundam. Yeah, I mean, like, the thing with this game that, like, still always comes off as, like, just bizarre to me is the whole not just the, it extends from the knockdown system itself. It's more about, like, the wake up, you know, like it's the exact opposite of, like, 2D fighters and like how that works logically, you know, because it's like, you know, when you get knocked down in a 2D fighter, you can expect to be like, you know, you're not going to get hit while you're on the ground, you know. That's something most fighting games adhere to. The sole exception tends to be, like, 3D fighters, like Virtua Fighter and Tekken. But even then, you're generally limited to, like, one bonus hit. But it's the part where, like, you not only are invincible when in your wake-up animation, but you stay invincible as long as you do not attack for several seconds. That's the part that's still, like, bizarre, you know? Because, like, you get through your wake-up animation in a fighting game, it's like you immediately have to react with something because your opponent's going to be ready to, like, attack again unless you know exactly how they're going to do it. Ah, fuck! So much for that. But I get why it would make sense, like, in a big team-based multiplayer game like this, because, you know, it's 5v5. There's a lot of individual players going on at once. You kind of don't want to get so overwhelmed, especially in a very weighted mecha shooter like this. I should have tackled out of that. Oh. Oh, well, that's the mission. Probably took too much damage that, like, I can't even, like, qualify getting it, like, an S rank, but I think I already got it when I played this before, so it doesn't matter. Again, I'm not stressing over it. I'm not really caring about trying to get the best ranks on this particular playthrough. Like, the game gets kind of frustrating if you're trying to aim for that sort of perfectionism. That said, though, every time you get to see Mobile Suits, like, sliding and dashing around, like, with these fancy maneuvers, it is a bit annoying that you can't pull off anything even remotely that cool when in actual gameplay. Because you boost dash in a direction, you are, like, locked in that direction until you stop. Oh, never mind. It is still an S rank. It's just, it's really so bizarre and unclear, in all honesty. Like, particularly on the damage taken scales, like the threshold for that is always going to be different, like, based on the mission. That it just feels like, why is that? Like, how is it that, like, I could take the same amount of damage in both missions, but one will give me an S and the other a B? Like, I don't get it. Oh, thank God, the cooler commander's back. Hawaii war crimes. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, none of these girls were present during Operation British. So I think they basically have like dodged that bullet. They're just unfortunately on the side of the military that committed said war crimes. They're just fighting in regular old engagements. Yeah. Yeah, so this is kind of the start of something that this game actually is going to be building up quite a bit over several chapters. And that is, like, the units that all three of us start with, like all of our specific Zakus. You know, we're all of them at varying, like, paces are going to be getting, like, yeah, they're all going to be getting upgrades, essentially. By the end of this, we'll be having, like, way more powerful and impressive mobile suits. Mid-season upgrades, yeah.
物量に勝る連邦に抗うにはどうしたらいいかって。次回、戦士の魂はアリゾナに眠る。
And I mean, like, again, like, this is the sort of thing where I especially noticed the parallels with how this game's progression is set up to how the Blue Destiny on the Sega Saturn was designed. It was very much a similar thing. Like, you started that game as just a nobody GM pilot, and then you end the game basically piloting a Gundam-class mobile suit. And it makes sense. And they were able to do it without having it be just, you know, just a retelling of Amuro's journey again and doing it poorly. And yeah, it's already November. Odessa was a fucking loss on Zeon's part. The White Devil's too strong. Things are not going well. EDF! EDF!
その結末が火を見るよりも明らかだと知っていた。
Again, all this specific footage, I'm pretty sure, is still taken from like past Gundam games that were developed by BB Studios and Beck, just to kind of highlight the fact that yeah, this is what's going on in the rest of the world during the 1-year war. Also, Makube tried to nuke the feds. Yeah. Regardless, you can keep expecting more and more of these, like, monologues from Killy just kind of highlighting that her and other people on Zeon's side are fully aware that this war is not going to go well for them. Surprised it's so late in the 1-year war already. Well, like, the events of Code Fairy already start in, like, September. You know, like, they're kind of past the point. Like, I think it starts, actually, at the point where the 8-month stalemate is basically over. And, like, it's starting to shift totally in the direction of the Federation's winning the war. It's just, yeah, like, as things go on, because, like, because what we've had so far since this started is we got to see the news in real time of Garma Zabi's death. And then we just got told that the Battle of Odessa went in the Federation's favor. And so, like, with how it's all set up, you can totally surmise that with how this game is going, that it has to end, like, I'll even say as much. Not so much all the details leading up to it, but it goes without saying, this game ends right at the point when the 1-year war is officially over. It goes right up to when the ceasefire is made. So I like that, for as kind of silly and lighthearted as this game's kind of, like, story and characters start off presenting them as, it at least kind of ratchets up over time, like, the sense of dread for these characters that, you know, this war is going to end and they're not going to be the victors. Guess there isn't that much time between the appearance of GMs and the crushing of Zeon's invasion of Earth. Yeah, well, I think it's more meant to be like, because obviously we all know that Gundam, by like its very nature, is an inherently political series, and some of that comes down to the fact that there's some clear parallels to World War II. I think Zeonic Front was a better take on a Zeon-focused story. Like, I would definitely say as much, especially if you're kind of focusing on the more serious military angle of it all. This obviously is trying to go more for, like, trying to have, like, the personality come from, like, these kind of, like, cute girls in an all-female squad that is basically treated more like it's a girls' dorm. But I think but I think by the end of it, I found that, like, it kind of stuck the landing a lot better than, like, what would have been kind of assumed based on how it starts. But yeah, it's like I feel like the parallel is a lot with how it was in World War II, where, like, the momentum was initially, like, on the Axis' side, you know, just because of, like like Germany's like blitzkrieg of like of its surrounding like countries like in Europe and that whole shit. But like, you know, like if anything could be said about like, you know, like America's contributions to the war, it was just like the increase in production for munitions and supplies for the war efforts that like that was basically like the momentum shift, as it were, that yeah, much like how Xeon just could not catch up once the Federation's kind of caught on to like mobile suit technology and developed it quickly, it got trained in how to use it properly. Oh no, this uses battle operations mechanics. Oh no, yeah, like this is what I've been describing, and it's like I think Battle Operation 2's gameplay is solid. It's not my favorite Gundam system, but like it is. But like I appreciate that BB Studio took what they had and decided to make like a single-player campaign out of it. I mean, it's heavy. Like that much is apparent. I've already gone on about the fact that like the game like it feels like very frustrating when like the momentum of battle does not go in your favor, but it still manages to feel good when you actually like have things going your way at least. Yeah. Yeah, like knockdowns feel like they take forever. But like getting chain staggers feels fucking great. So it's like it's a give and take. It's the unfortunate thing with the system. Yeah. Like at the very least, even with like the kind of the heavy pace and like occasional clumsiness of like battle operation and how that works, like I still give it credit. It still feels like a, for the most part, valid interpretation of like mobile suit combat on like the more, you know, like semi-simulation end of the scale, you know? Like that's kind of like the idea for me. Because there are definitely Gundam games out there that are like very fast-paced, you know, like approaching virtual on levels of responsiveness. You know, you got like the ArtDink games in the Gundam series for PSP, not to mention like the entirety of the Gundam Versus series. But then obviously you get like all the other stuff that like BB Studio and Beck, as they were originally known, like had made beforehand, dating all the way back to Blue Destiny, and they're all like interesting experiments. Some are especially bad, like, I mean, fucking Journey to Jaburo or Crossfire would definitely be like a worse option to go with compared to this gameplay, that's for sure. Hell, even Lost War Chronicles, I would say, is like not as good as this. Like I think like the only other like games I can think of where it's like I would generally prefer this more. Well, I don't know. I think actually because I had played it last weekend on like the main feature, I do think like gameplay wise, Senki 0081 is about comparable to this, at least for my money. Even though that one is more of a lock-on based type of game. But like, but I think like Senki 0081's like kind of big boost that it has, at least for me over this, is that like its production values and presentation I think are still just that bit more of a cut above what this has. I think my actual favorite like Gundam gameplay system, as it were, is for a game that I haven't covered yet on the stream, and to be fair, it's not going to show up until like I think the start of December. But it's the sort of thing where it's like the gameplay system is great in spite of the fact that the rest of the game itself is like way too bloated. But whatever. I think the gameplay system of Battle Operation is like very solid, even with like the obvious flaws that it has. There are always worse attempts at like Gundam gameplay systems that you could go with than this. At the very least, I'm glad that I'm not like torturing myself trying to play through like a free-to-play multiplayer game just to make an informed opinion about how these systems work. But yeah, here's a mission that is the first part of Mia's big upgrade. She already got like a Dom as like her replacement mobile suit since her old Zaku 2 got destroyed. But she wants to make all kinds of customizations to it so that it's more her unit, as it were. So we're going to steal like a big ass fucking cannon from like an old tank thing that's been buried in the desert. And like rig up some kind of system that it could be mounted to like the back of the Dom itself. I forget like the caliber size that it's supposed to have. Like I think they mentioned it at some point, but it is absurdly huge. The Hildolfer episode was rad though. Oh yeah. Well, like, I mean, again, I've not watched the. Again, like, this all, I know this will come off as, like, real posery of me to say, but it's the sort of thing where it's like, even for as much as I talk about stuff related to Universal Century Gundam, I have still not watched the original anime. Or any of the other actual anime related to the UC timeline. Like, my familiarity with the setting is more from how the One-Year War has been presented in these side story games than anything to do with, like, Amuro's journey in that original show. And before people try to, like, act like, well, like, how can you call yourself a Mecha fan if you not watched the original Gundam? I go, bitch, I've watched all of Votoms and Macross. I don't see many of those people talking about those in, like, the same degree. Get on my level. At least I watched more than Gundam, thank you very much. Votoms does rule. Abso-fucking-lutely. Yes. Like that, along with, Hildolfer was from one of the side anime, Mobile Suit Igloo. Okay, that makes sense. All those test squadrons trying out increasingly bizarre and desperate prototypes. Okay, that's cool. Like, yeah, that at least feeds back into a thing that is fun to see with Code Fairy as you go through it. Because I mentioned how, very Uncanny Valley CG. Well, I mean, like, it's, yeah. I mean, at this point, I'm used to CG and anime when it's being applied to stuff like, you know, to, like, mechanical models and things like that. Stuff where, like, it doesn't need to necessarily have, like, the same level of, like, animation principles applied to it as, like, humans or other organic concepts. But yeah, the thing with, like, the fact that we're going after the Hildolfer wreckage, which was, like, featured, like, in, like, a side anime. Like the thing about that is that, like, this ties back into what this game does do, where, like, it does have, like, little nods and tie-ins to other pieces of lore from, like, this era, part of UC era history. You know, because, like, I mentioned, like, one of the briefings in the early missions straight up make mention to the Midnight Fenrir Corps. Like, they straight up acknowledge, like, the squad that you play as in Zeonic Front. In fact, actually, like, this will be a blink if you miss a thing, but I might as well say this to prepare you. But, like, there will be a point where we do get to California base and get to see some of the people that are stationed there, and you will recognize a face or two that were featured in Zeonic Front. Yeah, bunch of mobile suits. It's not going to be a simple salvage job, to say the least. It's a shame that they couldn't, like, finalize, like, a paint job for Mia's, like, new mobile suit so that it would match, like, the rest of the squad. But I get it. Like, this was, like, a very quick replacement, and Mia's demands for her ideal mobile suit still require a lot of insane things, like a big ass cannon off of the Hildolfer. Yeah, whatever. Let's just bag us a big fucking gun. But yeah, regarding like actual Gundam anime from the UC timeline, I know that like eventually at some point I will get around to watching the original and like the and like kind of all like the subsequent sequel series, at least the ones as it relates to, you know, when Tamino worked on the series, you know? You know, I at least, with all like the exposure I've had to like content set in the 1 year war, I definitely owe it to myself at least to watch Mobile Suit Gundam. Oh, we include the what-ifs of Zeon Wunderwaffen. Good way to put it. How's it going, Hasio? Ah, damn. Not enough to kill it. Shit. Ah. Nice! My melee actually canceled out his. Just came back from buying food. Okay, that's good. Yeah. There we go. Alright, let's take this waypoint. I love the objective on the side. March on! Bikini sorties? Not quite. But anyway, with this one, yeah, we're just going to circle around the perimeter until we can get to, like, that back ramp. Like, as long as we just hug this side, like, the other units will literally not aggro. Is this PS4? Yes. There's also a PS5 version as well, which runs a lot better. Like, I think I've seen footage of it that, like, has it run at, like, close to, if not 60 FPS. It's just, I don't have a PS5 because there is literally no justification I can make for getting a PS5 at this point. Like, I have a good PC. Why would I ever need that? Especially when it just feels so much like it's a pro version of a PS4 Pro. It really is the sort of thing, actually, where it's like, I kind of wish that Battle Operation 2 wasn't what got ported, but instead, like, they ported Code Fairy. At least I would have reason to, like, want to play that. Oh shit, I fell off. Fuck. Oh, I think, but they destroyed it, though. I think. Yeah, because otherwise, playing this on, like, base PS4, you know, this is like a 30 FPS game on average. Standard stuff. Ah. There. Oh, shit. Oh, damn it. I could not see motherfucker hitting me on my left. Ah, whatever. Ah! Again. Let's just get patched up. Get type advantage. Fuck your gyms. Oh, come on. What the fuck? Ugh. You're seeing some of, like, the frustration of how this game is a bit of a clusterfuck because of the systems. Quit moving so I can shoot you. You know, that's what you deserve. Hit the gym, GMs. Exactly. You get better aesthetic sense, like the Zaku's do. At least that's what Xeon sympathizers would say. Like, in all honesty, I actually kind of prefer how the GMs look. Just because, like the design of all that, at least, because I get it, like, Xeon's, like, mobile suit designs are all very wild and all over the place, and that's part of the appeal. But I like how there's, like, you can see a sort of both aesthetic and technological sort of, like, progression as you go from, like, their early mobile suits, like the gun tanks and GMs, and how that eventually, like, gives way to, like, the Gundam class suits. There we go. And goodbye. But yeah, GMs are cool, especially if they, I don't know, happen to have like a deep blue color scheme, as well as like an AI program on its computer that is designed after the new type's brainwaves. Yes, I do love the Blue Destiny. I have made it very clear, like, pretty much ever since I played that fucking game. Like, on this channel. Okay. Ah, damn. Well, okay, fuck. Alright, Code Fairy activate. I hate when, like, I always hate when you get those moments where you're, like, hitting them while they're down and you want the final hit to kill them, but it's just not enough. Is there a design difference between GMs and Gundams besides the head and color scheme? I mean, I'm sure there's probably, like, other design differences that come into play if you get into, like, later entries in the UC timeline. But I imagine, like, any other, like, differences would have to come from, like, armaments or, like, the computer system. Because, like, again, like, with the Blue Destiny, they have the whole exam system as part of it. Where, like, you know, like, that's an entire sub-computer system that's designed to supplement, like, the pilot's abilities. Oh, yeah, look at that chain. But I don't know, it's like that sort of, like, similarity and progression is a lot like how, you know, like, in general, there's not much different, like, if you go with Macross as an example, there's generally not that much different when it comes to, like, you know, what the mechanisms of a Valkyrie are, and how it's, like, regardless of, like, generation, they're always gonna abide by, like, the same core mechanisms. It's just that there might be, like, various, like, visual aesthetic differences. But the silhouette, you can at least go, oh yeah, that's a Valkyrie. Like, that's kind of how I look at it. ATs and Votoms, I guess, as well, to, like, a lesser, to, like, a similar extent as well. Although it's not really, like, a case of... It's not really a case where, like, there's, like, a clear hierarchy, because, like, in the right hands, just a regular-ass scope dog could still stand up well enough to, like a brutish dog or something like that. GMs are stripped down for mass production, smaller guns, lack stuff with a core fighter and atmospheric re-entry capability. Alright, that makes sense. That's a good summary breakdown.
と短く書かれた報告書からは無念、痛恨、疑問、そして怒り、さまざまな思いが透けて見えた気がした。今私たちは眠れる戦士の力を借りるためにその魂を呼び起こす。
Alma being very poetic all of a sudden. Oh well. Time to lug this big fucking cannon out of here. Except it's not going to be easy, because there's always a second half to these missions. Yoink. Oh shit. Oh shit, we got a pixie on our way. Nope, not quite. It's someone else. But I at least appreciate the acknowledgement that, like, they just assume if it's a mobile suit and it's white, that means trouble. It's a Gundam! Yeah, but yeah, Haseo, like, I noted, like, the same thing in, like, the first stream and just how, like, kind of silly it was. Just the idea of mobile suits emoting as if they're human. Like, Alma literally takes her Zakudu and does, like, the nervous or embarrassed, like, rubbing the back of your head kind of thing, like, at the end of the first chapter. And it's just like, why would you animate this? It's so dumb, but it's hilarious. I love it. But yeah, we got a Gundam Pixie, which is also not the first time that, like, that particular model of Gundam has ever been a thing in, like, extended material. The pilots put it in there on purpose, yeah. Alright, gotta kill more mobile suits while also defending the Sylph, so that they can finish loading up the cannon. Get the waypoint taken care of, because that is always good to have. And of course, because the salvage job requires Mia's handiwork, it's just us and Helena. There we go. One down. Oh. Fucking gun tank. Get away from there. Let's see, is there one? Oh, yeah, there is. Actually, yeah, you take care of that, Helena. I'll handle the gun tank. Ah, damn. Okay. I guess, yeah, did a good job taking care of that. Nice. Oh, you want more gun tank? You think you're so good just because you don't need to use legs? Alright. So far, so good. None of them actually touched the Sylph at all. That's good progress so far. It's the first two's brother, Saburo. Yeah, at the very least, it's like I can make do with like other units getting close to the self, but not the gun tank, because those things are literally just tanks with arms. Yeah, like if the common joke with like giant robots, especially in BattleTech, is that they're tanks with legs, gun tanks are just tanks with arms. It makes sense. If they get to high ground, see which angle the next wave's going to come from. So far, everything's pretty good. Tanks with minigun arms. Yes, yeah, that's a good distinction to make, actually. Oh.
近くにいる。こちらからはまだ視認できていないぞ。来ます。そんな気がするんです。あっちから。本当に来た。こちらも確認した。見慣れない部隊章をつけてる。新設部隊か。アルマ、敵をこちらに近づけさせないで。了解。噂の白いやつとは違う。あの機体に乗っているのは。見つけた。絶対に落とす。
Hmm. There she goes, being able to sense people nearby based on how intense their emotions are. Couldn't possibly be a new type or anything like that. That'd be silly. Never mind the fact that she was born in space, and that's generally where, like, the common assumption is that that's where new types eventually, like, are born from. Oh! Yeah. There we go. Yeah, and because this is a boss, it's naturally going to be a lot harder to keep it in, like, your melee combos. So it's kind of better to keep it limited to just 2 hits if you can. Let's back up because I just want to make sure that there isn't any... Okay. Oh, fuck! Oh, come on! Couldn't even let me... Couldn't let me tackle her. White makes you twice as fast, I guess. Which makes it all the more impressive that Amuro was able to keep up with Char, because red makes you 3 times as fast. We all know this. Huh. Oh, look at that. We took care of it before the gun tank right behind the mound could have, like, dealt a ton of damage. I think that's actually the best result I've had on this mission in terms of how much damage the Sylph takes. Like, they barely touched it right into the end. V-Fin's twice as good as the Commander antenna. That makes sense. Oh, yeah. Yep, you can tell it's a PS4 game because it's telling us we can't take screenshots or film important plot stuff because that would be spoilers. Don't tell the cops at Bandai that I'm doing this. You fuckers can't stop me. For real though, that really was like a good run of that specific mission. I mean, part of it helped from the fact that I have like a leveled up version of this Zaku instead of what the game would generally give you if you're first playing. Oh, and that's another Zaku that's gonna need replacing. Oh yeah, and also, like, our enemies seemed to sense who exactly we were in the cockpit. Couldn't possibly be a new type either. Oh boy. Yeah, the reputation of the noisy fairies has spread far enough now that, yeah, they're straight up people in the Federation that are like, oh, we need to dedicate a squad entirely to wiping out these girls. They are becoming a problem. Oh yeah, see? Yeah, exactly. Like, look at that. I actually finally got like a proper S rank on this now. You know, maybe in my free time I should go back to some of the other missions that I still haven't gotten S ranks on or all the objectives completed, and try doing it now, especially with these units being upgraded the way that they are.
負傷した私は当面の間安静が必要だった。その間に戦争は大きな局面を迎えていた。
Boy, did it!
オデッサが陥落したのだ。いよいよ地上にジオンの居場所はなくなっていく。
Like, Yuzion fucks, like, Yuzion people fucked around for the first 8 months, and then the last 4 months was you finding out.
私たちのものではない。この美しき青い星において私たちはまさに異物なのだ。地上から消え去れジオン。私はその言葉に押しつぶされそうな錯覚を感じながら眠り続けていた。
You ever have one of those moments where someone says something that is just like really mean or hatefully charged, and like those words, even though like it's not being repeated all the time, it still lingers in your head, that it feels like you just can't escape it, like you just remember it for way longer than anyone else should? That honestly should feel a bit familiar, that sort of predicament.
フラナガン機関。念のため報告しておくか。
Yeah, just that,
無事に帰ってきてくれて
Flanagan.
よかった。
Yeah. I don't know if a Flanagan Institute or whatever is something that was like also established in other side materials. If it has, then I think that makes it very clear just all like the not so subtle winking and nodding I've been doing about who Alma is. Oh yeah, and that's also important to know with this game, in another parallel to Blue Destiny, as I keep bringing it up, actually. This game was, like, episodic, like, when in how it was released. Oh yeah, Giran Zabi, voiced by Banjo Ginga, which is to say, we just reused his voice lines because he's dead already. And we needed to, like, have, like, a little clip or two that shows, like, his speech, like, at, like, Garma's funeral. But no, it's like the, Like this game basically kind of followed like the same sort of release model as the Blue Destiny did back on the Saturn, except you didn't need to buy 3 individual discs. You basically had like the first episode that was released like on launch, and then a couple weeks passed and you could like download the second episode, and then another few weeks after you would download like the third and final like episode, or at least chunk of it rather. Yeah. And unsurprisingly, all 3 of them are split up into 5 chapters, much like the Blue Destiny was. Like BB Studio / Beck in their previous form really were just like, even if their record was not the best at it, they were, I think, like the best qualified for like making Gundam games, especially like Universal Century era games like that just kind of capture that particular era and making it work in a way where it's like, it's not going for, like, full, like, arcade sensibilities, but also not, like, insanely, like, complex simulation or strategy approach to it. Like, there have to still be people, like, at that studio that were around even back from when they were making that Saturn game. And just some of, like, the fundamentals of, like, what they think makes a Gundam experience has, like, still kind of persisted from then. Like, all the way from, like, Blue Destiny to Rise from the Ashes I mean, they unfortunately had made Journey to Jaburo, but then they made Zionic Front and Lost War Chronicles. And then they had to botch things real bad with, like, Crossfire. But then they turned around even more with Senki 0081. That said, though, even though that these particular credits are playing right now, that doesn't mean it's going to be the end of the stream. I am going to do at least, like, one more chapter after this, just to kind of show, like, what's going on, like, in the second third of the story. But as you might imagine, with the current predicament we're in, we're actually going to be playing as characters other than Alma for once, which is actually, like, a nice change. Like, when I saw, like, the episodic kind of setup and the Blue Destiny parallels, I was expecting that they would just have the story only be moving as long as, like, Alma is present for it. But no, you actually get to have moments where you are playing as Helena and Mia. So that's at least nice to see. It gives you the opportunity to actually play out the specific combat roles that those two actually perform within the Noisy Fairies, you know? Like, Helena's a sniper, so you absolutely can expect that we're going to be engaging with, like, actual sniper combat and like, the specific mechanics involved with that. Mia's is obviously a bit more general because, like, her mobile suit priority is general type, but, like, oh man, when she gets, like, her Dom all rigged out, like, the way she wants to, it is delightfully absurd. Which I feel was explicit considering how much, like, more, like, petite and, like, cute she is, like, character design-wise compared to all her other squad mates. You know? Tiny girl with the biggest fucking robot. Like, that's basically how it is. Actually, I'm gonna skip the rest of this because there's no more, pictures, going with it. But next chapter preview.
昏睡したアルマは未だ目覚めない。それでも部隊は直面する任務をこなしていかなければならないのだ。次回、山猫は
Lighter pilot means more equipment. Exactly! If the pilot is small, that means you can reduce the size of the cockpit itself, which means all of that freed up space can be applied to more weapons. It makes sense. Alright, let's continue. Let's get into Helena's story right here.
人口を宇宙に移民させるようになってすでに半世紀。地球の周りには巨大なスペースコロニーが数百機浮かび、人々はその円筒の内壁を人口の大地とした。
Yeah, little again they do this sort of recap that just explains the same things that you probably would have gotten, like, at the start anyway. From, like, the first third of the game, because Blue Destiny also did this exact same thing as well, where, like, it just recaps, like, the start of the 1 year war again, because they assume that you would have been playing this, like, the assumption is that you would not have been playing these 3 chunks of the game back to back to back because they were episodically released. Once again, all of this because Giran Zabi made the horrible decision of thinking that he could be Hitler, but better. Last time on Mobile Suit Gundam Code Fairy. Stock footage of the 1 year war, including CG from the opening of Zionic Front. Yep. Yep, again, as if it wasn't clear as to who could have possibly greenlit the Noisy Fairies, of course it was, like, the sole female member of the Zabi family. But then again, it's like, why would you ever doubt her, like, if only because she was responsible for green-lighting a bunch of, like, other, like, major units in the Zeon army, like the Midnight Fenrir.
戦争の勝敗に関係なく彼女たちの未来をつなぐ。それが この部隊の指揮官となった私の使命。
Yeah. But it is like at this point, when you get to the second third, like, it's not shying away from the fact that we are, like, less than 2 months out from when the 1-year war ends, and it's going the Federation's way completely, that, like, people are just going, like, on the Zeon side, especially here at Tir the Nog, are like, we can't just focus on trying to win the war, we need to focus on making sure that we do not die before it is over. It'll be better for them if they just have to deal with, like, just kind of like the penalties of losing the war rather than having to just die for a cause that is clearly bullshit. I'm supposed to pilot what? She does have a point, but believe it or not, Mia will eventually figure out this problem. And it is still absolutely insane that she manages to pull this off.
やっぱりあのプランを進めるしかない。
できることを増やさないと。
それぞれがレベルアップすれば、ノイジーフェアリーはもっと強くなれる。一人だけに背負わせないから、絶対。
He'll be back eventually. The price of progress. This one, if I remember correctly, it does also, like, show a character that isn't a new introduction to this game, but actually existed in, like, in other material beforehand. Which, again, is, like, I guess for any Gundam heads that would have been familiar with every piece of extended media around, like, the 1-year war, probably would also have been, like, a pretty cool moment for them.
そうですね。それがアルマさんの持ち味ですし。
今のままじゃ、またあいつを危ない目に遭わせちまうよな。
それは確かに。
Which is why she needs a better mobile suit to make sure that it won't, like, result in her losing again.
狙撃と砲撃の二重支援ってわけか。ただそれでも。
眠れてないんですか？パイロットは寝るのも仕事ですよ。
Stick bug mobile suit. That's the solution? Alright.
あいつが復帰するまでに何か考えなきゃな。
そうですね。ノイジーフェアリーのベストな形を。
ノイジーフェアリーのベストな形か。
Yep, we're playing as Helena, like I said, and that means we actually have to learn the mechanics of sniper mode. Because Battle Operation is a game that is dense with mechanics. They don't all work to my liking, but I mean, like, hey, I'm never gonna, like, disrespect a game that is looking to be, like, as robust in features as possible. If you want something that kind of sells the realism of mobile suits, you kind of need to fit as much as you can within the confines of, like, a control, of an analog gamepad. So yeah, you have to click in the right stick, and you do that. And, like, when you're in sniper mode, you can adjust the magnification of your zoom by, like, using the left stick to turn, like, zoom in. However, the important thing is that when you're in sniper mode, what happens is that your turn radius is locked in. So if you want to be able to turn to something that is outside of, like, your, sniper cone range, whatever you want to call it, you basically have to exit sniper mode and then adjust your position more with, like, with the camera. It is very much a system where it's like, you know, you cannot be a sniper while also being on the move. They want you to play this in a way where it's like you have to plant yourself in a position with the correct viewing angle to get the maximum benefits from it. Yeah. And it's not just something for like for use with like a sniper rifle in this case. It's like you could technically do this with like any weapon on any mobile suit. Sniper mode is a thing and it does provide like a damage boost, but again, like if you're already in the midst of like mid to close range combat, there is no reason to use sniper mode. Because you lose out on mobility, you have limited vision range. Sniper rocket launcher, exactly. And this also goes back to how, you know, you have crouching and prone positions, which also have an effect on your defense and attack. Naturally, going into sniper mode in either of those will also stack those benefits together. So with that training out of the way, you can imagine that our next mission is going to be built entirely around having to utilize these techniques.
主力はキャリフォルニアベースの部隊が務める。君には狙撃による支援をしてもらう。見ての通り、オデッサから撤退する友軍は点在する連邦基地からの圧力を受け、苦しい状況にある。
特に太平洋を渡って北米の西側を目指す部隊ね。追い込まれた彼らはシアトル近郊に上陸。そこから陸路でキャリフォルニアベースを目指そうとしているの。
そしてこのタイミングで連邦のバンクーバー基地に動きありとの情報が入った。
絶対に逃さないつもりなんですね。オデッサが陥落した今、連邦の次の目標は間違いなくここ北米になる。余計な戦力増加を阻止したいというのが本音でしょうね。
戦う力も残ってない奴らを袋叩きにしようって根性が気に入らねえ。やってみせますよ。
あまり熱くなっちゃダメよ。あくまでも今回はあなたの狙撃の腕を見込んだ支援任務だから、くれぐれも無理はしないように。
息を潜めた狙撃手の存在は敵にとって底知れないプレッシャーになるはずだ。
That's true, at least until the second half of the mission where you do have to kind of engage in normal combat again. Spoilers.
一刻も早く戦列に加えられるよう全力を尽くせ。
Yeah, we're on sniper duty while Mia has to solve the conundrum of how do you get, like, a battleship class cannon attached to a dom and functional. Alright, briefing time.
シアトルで救援活動中の主力部隊の支援よ。ヘレナ、あなたにはこのエリアを担当してもらう。
I do like how this is set up because at the very least, as an introduction to, like, sniper combat, they at least make it clear that, like, you only have to worry about staying in one position for the whole thing. I imagine it would be a bit complex or, like, I don't know, stressful, I guess, starting out if, like, your first actual sniper mission kind of forced you to have to switch between sniper and, like, close range combat mode, or have to actively look for new sniper positions because your previous one gets compromised. But I think it makes sense as well, considering how, you know, like, your range of view is so limited in sniper mode, and like that changes even more when you factor in crouching and prone positions, that like, yeah, it'd be best to stick to like a single location on the map and just have to worry about like balancing the trade-offs that come from all of your different positions. So true.
実はアルマさんがここに来た時、ヘレナさんと相性悪そうだなって思ってたんです。でもいらない心配だったんだなって。
実際私もそう思ってたよ。
これからも3人で頑張りましょうね。
ああ、そうだな。
Yeah, you stick around with people long enough, you either get to, like, know, like, their bad sides and hate them, or you learn to see their good sides and just become friends regardless. Alright. Let's make landfall in Seattle. No jump pack? Definitely not. Don't worry, she survives the fall. The shock impact doesn't kill her. Lands perfectly right on top of this giant crane. Alright, here we go. Sniper mission. Begin. Trying to see if I can still hit them from this range. No, I can't, unfortunately, because the fucking... Oh, wait, no, I can. Yeah, that is, I think it just barely missed. There we go. Nice. Hitbox was kind of a bit off, I guess, with the, Yeah. But you can see already kind of like what I'm talking about. It's like, even when you're in a pro position like this, outside of sniper mode, like, your radius for turning is even more limited than this. Oh! Oh, attack's coming in. Oh, come on, just stay still. There's your shield. Ah, Jesus. Yeah, this is frustrating when you have to sit through, like, a reload animation like this. Or cooldown, rather. And I wish this was just somewhat more powerful so I could actually two-shot them. Like, seeing that little sliver like that is frustrating. But yeah, when in doubt, just shoot for the legs. Let's reload while there's a bit of a gap. Alright, here's another ally. Slowly and leisurely making their way. You know, it's I mean, I get it would be hard to try and track mobile suits if they're running, but it does look kind of silly when it's just like they're just moving like they're having like an afternoon stroll or some shit. Like, come on. There we go. But at least this way, like the shields are obviously going to be a problem getting in the way, but like the nice thing about this is that like when you do shoot them in the legs, there is damage that applies that will cause them to like have less mobility. They don't even shoot back. Yeah. Presumably they all have they've run out of ammo on that front, and they're just trying. Like, I'm gonna give the benefit of the doubt and say that that all of these Zaku's have run out of ammunition, in addition to, like, their legs are damaged enough that being able to run at a full sprint is no longer possible. Oh, well, they actually noticed me now. Shit. Come on. I know, I'm trying my best, damn it. Ah, fuck. But yeah, some of these gyms are running. Yeah. Run out of ammo and fucks to give. That's basically what it is. Like, everyone down there has realized, man, this war sucks. Giran's an asshole. We shouldn't have done this. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck, I completely forgot that there was that other one. I'm trying, damn it! Shut up, Barbara! Ah, fuck! Come on. Oh, shit, there's a beam sniper back there as well. Oh, fucking hell. Hey, asshole! Cut it out! Oh my god, that one, like, was so close to dying as well. Alright. Another wave. Anybody's coming from below me? I don't think so. Oh! I see them. Goddamn beam snipers! It's a lot of enemy wave-based combat. Yeah, well, it's all simple stuff, just you know, like that, just make use of these systems. Like mission design in mecha games is not the most ingenious out there or unique. It is what it is. Come on. Got it. Okay, and there's... There we go. This is supposed to be the Lemming Zaku's. Possibly. But yeah, also look at this when I'm now, like, prone. Like, it's not really usable when you're on, like, high ground like this because your ability to aim at something, like, that's very far below you is impossible. Oh, well, that actually went in 2 shots. That was nice. I'm a lightweight, but I appreciate the thought. Any more coming to the slaughter? Yeah, Soldier F. Soldier F with a generic portrait that just puts like a shadow over the top part of their face so they don't have to draw the eyes. Anonymized by the Japanese press. They're a witness protection. It's fine. I think we're all clear on this wave, actually. That's nice. Forget if there's going to be another after this. I think this is the last. Usually if you're on top of things, because like every mission has like a time limit of about 15 minutes. And if you're doing things generally optimally, you always end up using about 50% of the time that it takes. So, yeah, like I kind of had a feeling when I looked at the timers that, oh yeah, we were probably near the end anyway. There we go. But of course, every one of these missions has a second half, and we can't just do the exact same thing over and over. But it's a nice diversion from like kind of the... Yeah, like I do appreciate it as like a nice diversion from the general type of mobile suit combat this campaign already has you deal with. You get him? Don't misgender me, assholes! Oh yeah! Ian Graydon, who is not voiced by Sho Hayami, but like in the material he was originally introduced in, I believe he actually was. Yeah.
モビルスーツ戦では既成概念にとらわれすぎない方がいいぞ。
はい、失礼しました。
できない理由に縛られて後悔するくらいなら遠慮せずにやれることをやるべきだ。キラーハーピーじゃない。
Ian Graydon has mastered the concept of multi-class specialization. And that's what we need in order to improve our abilities as a soldier.
やれることを。
As a mobile suit pilot. So time to hybridize the two. What a paint job. Yeah, like he's... I mean, the fact they call him the Ace of California, and like, his original voice actor was Sho Hayami, who is basically the best ace pilot in the original Macross, I feel like it's no coincidence that he basically gets to just basically present himself as the baddest motherfucker amongst all of his peers. That he could just have a color scheme of his choosing. Fuck the standards.
前に出るのは俺たちに任せろ。だが支援だからと思考放棄する必要はない。周囲の状況を見て適切な行動をとれ。戦術的な視点を持つんだ。
Yeah, so we're still gonna start off with a bit of sniping, but you gotta be ready to deal with enemies if they come into close enough range that sniping is no longer an option. Oh, shit. There we go. Keep at it. Look at this amazing battle. Look, they're really trying their best. Oh shit, I'm getting... Oh. I know. Oh yeah, and our sniper actually has an alternate mode. It's a 3-burst fire. Yeah. It's pretty great. Ah, fuck. Ah, shit. Come on. Trying my best to actually... There we go. There we go. Yes. Ow. Oh, come on. It hit the shield instead of the actual unit itself. Ah, you bastard. Gloves are off, asshole. Oh, come on. Oh, yeah, that's right. Gotta remember, as a support unit, you do not have as high of, like, a melee priority as you do with like, a raid unit that Alma has. Ah, shit. Whatever. I'm pretty sure with damage like this would basically be enough to cost me an S rank in that category, but who cares? Oh, jeez. Sniper mode is admittedly a bit frustrating to deal with if you're having to deal with, like, zigzagging enemies the whole time. Because they do catch on to the fact when you are trying to aim, and they will do absolutely everything in their power to be obnoxious about it. Fight me on foot, you coward! Ow. Yeah, just a dinky little punch doesn't really do as much compared to a heat sword. Nice! Let's get up top. Nice! He's not paying attention. Nice! Ow. Oh god. Oh shit. Oh shit. Getting wombo comboed right there. Okay. Be very careful when dealing with these snipers, to say the least. Oh yeah, and you still need to exit sniper mode if you ever want to be able to switch to a different weapon. It's a bit annoying, but it is what it is. God. Bit more. Ah, damn it. Missed that. Alright, burst fire sniper. Time to finish this asshole. Got it. Nice, they got the shield too. Got it. Yeah, starting to learn a bit more and more. Like, you know, when you get to this point that you just can't... You gotta be flexible with how you make use of your sniper rifle. I like this Ian. He has some pretty good ideas. Oh yeah. We're getting all fired up now. I think they actually used the big scope right next to their heads. Who knows? I have to imagine that, like, it would, even if we aren't shown it in the game itself, I'm pretty sure that's the implication. Oh shit. Oh my god, it was resistant even to, like, a fucking grenade. Oh, you are dead. Let's see how you like being beaten by someone with type advantage against everything, dickhead! Oh, fuck! Well, that's okay. He kind of knocked over his partner as well. Rempona means Federation, yeah? or something. I don't know. Also, I realized when I said that, it almost came off more as like a nya. I don't know what the hell I'm saying anymore. Let's just try and finish this asshole. Oh yeah, that's right. I still have chaff grenades. I haven't really used those yet. Hey, listen to me, asshole! Oh, he's circling around that way. I see how we're doing it. Not sure how good chaff grenades are going to work in this instance, but it's worth a shot. Yeah! Finally killed the GM with a punch. Yeah, gotta remember, it's the general types that, like, I'm, like, best suited for, like, taking care of with, like, my mobile suits. Unless, of course, I use Fairy Domain. Look at that. We're winning this. Okay, that was bad. That was a bad shot. All right. Although I think, like, yeah, with the amount of time I have left, I think that's a bit longer than would be expected to take. I forget if the starting time was 10 minutes or 15. I think it's still 15, but whatever. I forget what even my original rank for this mission probably was. Oh, now I remember. Okay, this cutscene coming up. This one's great. Of all the dumb things you see mobile suits do, this is the one that I am most okay with. It's not just silly emoting with the Zakus themselves. This is even better. This is Helena finally taking Ian's words to heart and being more than just a sniper. That's not all this suit could do. Flash kick! Someone's been playing Virtua Fighter. Okay, still an S rank. That's pretty good, overall. Yeah, they clearly took more time than was, like, expected. But yeah, I just love that she does, like, one of the Brian siblings' flash, like, somersault kicks. Because gravity will allow that. God, I love this silly stuff. Hey, and, like, this is a world where Vernier's, like, thrusters exist. Like, they gotta put all that to all sorts of use. Anime janai! But now we're also down on a sniper rifle. Yeah. Now all three of our pilots are in positions where they're bound to get, like, new and better mobile suits and armaments because this shit just keeps breaking.
狙撃が主たる機体で白兵戦を行うのは無謀と言わざるを得ない。
Reckless as it gets without the K.
だから
Little typos here and there that eventually start to add up as you get near the end of this game.
私にください。
どうしたんですイルメラさん。
オデッサの連中から保有物資リストが回ってきた。その中にあったんだよ、こいつが。
ギャロップのホバーユニットにエンジンも。
これでいけるぞ、ミア。
エレナ、
So you ever wanted to see what a Dom and a Gallop tank look like when fused together? You're about to in a couple of chapters. That's basically how they're gonna get the cannon from the Hildefer to work. I shit you not. It's amazing. They already save fuel on attitude control thanks to the humanoid form, so more fuel left for cool moves. And yes, exactly, it is basically like a floating fuck-off cannon. That's more like... It's more like an attachment that is mounted to the back of the Dom itself that the Dom pulls around. But because it has the gravity engine supporting it, because it's a hover tank, that is, like, in theory, how it's going to help, like, balance the weight of the cannon itself. So the Dom isn't what's going to be supporting the cannon. It's the Gallop tank part that's attached to the back. Again, I love just the... Again, like, they're given, like, such an insane, like, what should be an impossible situation. Jeez, just use wheels. Nah, man, we got off-road terrain to work with. And also, hover tech is cool. But yeah, just, like, taking a scenario that should be impossible, but they just figure it out anyway because the technology in this universe allows for it. We don't need to explain anymore how exactly that works. We already spent enough energy having to bullshit a reason for Minovsky particles to exist.
私たちは大人に比べて未熟だ。だから必死で考える。とにかく一生懸命やってみる。アルマさん、今度は私たちも一緒に戦うから。次回
The Fog of War. That'll be next stream, but you also might have seen a bit of a glimpse of it. That was an Ifrit. Yes. That is what Helena's next suit is that she gets as a replacement. She goes from a Zaku 1 from an Ifrit. We will see something like a Comfer eventually. You can only imagine who that goes to. But yeah, let's actually look back at our ranks so far. Yeah, okay, so it is like... Yeah, that's funny. Like, some of, like, my ranks have actually improved on a couple of these past chapters. It's just part 1 of chapter 3 that I'm still stuck with an S rank on that I'll have to figure out eventually. But yeah, the Fog of War will be next time. Considering the amount of free time I have this week with being off from work, I'm not going to... I was tempted. I thought about doing it, but I'm going to refrain from continuing the playthrough of this on Friday. I'll instead save this. It'll be a while, unfortunately. Like, not this Saturday, but the coming Saturday. Like, basically, that's going to be when, like, this playthrough will continue. Just with, like, what the current schedule is for Year of the Mecha. And also because, you know, Friday's the release of Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Friday is also my birthday. I want to just spend time PSP first. Yeah. At least this time I've got, like, a plan in mind for how I'll be able to stream, like, the PSP emulator without having it cause problems in OBS itself. I got things set up for how to capture that, and it'll just be running off of my laptop, which is hooked up to the capture card. But before we wrap things up, here's the gallery where just all the unlocks you would be getting would show up first. So obviously you get stuff like all these different movies. Some of them I don't have unlocked because they do straight up require you get an S rank on both parts of both mission parts of a chapter. You get characters. Some of those at the bottom are a bit of spoilers, and we won't really describe what those are. Mobile suits, however, this is the big gallery where, like... Yeah, and you can see my percentage. Unlock rate, 41%. I've clearly not gotten all of them, but it's like... The idea is that as you meet, like, objectives from either the missions or clearing scenarios in the simulator mode, you will unlock... these are basically all mobile suits that are playable in Battle Operation 2. You know? So you got all the classics like the Gundam ground type, for instance. Old Dom. Ifrit. Oh, here's actually the preview of what I was talking about with Mia's final form for her Dom. This is the Dom nominees. That is the back part of a gallop holding the Hilferders cannon. And it is being dragged along from the back of the Dom itself. I fucking love it. But then you also get stuff like the Gundam Unit 5. Easy 8. For all you 8th MS team fans out there. But also it's the sort of thing where I'm trying to remember if, like, you can barely see it. Like the darkened silhouette tries to kind of hide some of it, but you can straight up tell this is just the Blue Destiny Unit 2. And that's the Blue Destiny Unit number 3. And there's, like, the Ifrit Kai custom. So, like, as you can tell, I have barely played this game on the hard difficulty all the way through. I'm kind of reluctant to, considering the frustrations that tend to come up with the gameplay system of Battle Operation 2. But, I mean, again, it's fun enough. It's one of those unfortunate positions where I think on its intended difficulty, it works fine as is, but the moment you try and push it further is when it falls apart. Which is the sort of thing you don't want to happen if you have a game that feels like it's encouraging you to take on its hardest challenges, you know? DMC kind of set like a gold standard for that all the way in 2001, where even playing on Dante Must Die is a worthwhile experience. Because the game has design considerations built around it. Visuals, which is all like, you know, typical concept art stuff. And then BGM, which I don't have much of this unlocked yet because this requires playing through the entire game on easy difficulty. With an S rank, which should honestly be a lot easier on that than it would be trying to do this typically on normal. But that's what the gallery looks like. There's admittedly a lot, and we haven't even gotten into the simulator mode yet, but I'm not going to show that now. I think we've gotten a decent 2+ hours showing for this session of Code Fairy. This is still a very good game, even with like the particular critiques that I keep harping on about how it plays and how it's meant more for a multiplayer context. It doesn't give you the easy unlocks for doing normal. It does not. It's definitely the sort of thing where I kind of wish it would, but I understand why, because when you play on easy, the bonus objective system is not in there. And I do believe like the letter rank parameters for damage dealt, damage taken, and time are different as well. So I guess it wouldn't make sense either for it to overlap with easy. Still, kind of annoying. But again, like I said, I'm not concerned about trying to play this game to absolute completion. Like, absolute completion, if we're being honest, would require me to play Battle Operation 2 anyway, just so I can get, like, the save crossover bonuses, which I don't give a shit about doing. So, this game to me is just perfectly fine as is if I feel like going through the campaign and experiencing the story again. Like we're doing on stream right now, as you've seen. But that's it. Thanks everyone for tuning in today. As expected, like I said before, it will be a while until we return to the Noisy Fairies and see where their journey takes them. Because this Saturday, we got a Macross game that we got to cover, and it is a good one. It is, like, good enough to be one of my favorite games of all time, and I'm going to make my absolute damnedest sure that that stream goes smoothly. Look forward to that. Till then, have a good rest of your week, fellas. Take care.
Game over.